Alright, what's good everyone, it's Roderman speaking, bringing the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you. In this video I'll be covering UFC 253, Adesanya vs Costa. If you're familiar to my channel, you know the drill here, you know how to use the spreadsheet. If you're not, hang on a second, I'm gonna be soon explaining that. And for those that are interested only in the breakdown of the fights in respect to your time, I'm adding the timings of each, so you just click on them and browse through the fights, okay? What do I mean by the most consistent and transparent betting strategy? Like I said, and if you guys have seen before, this is the spreadsheet where I'm tracking the results from July 2020. And basically, the numbers are here. If you don't understand this much, there's an introductory video in the description. Take a look at it and you'll be knowing how to use this spreadsheet. Basically, I'm up 173% from the time. That is 43.42 extra on the betting money. So if I would be betting 1,000 bucks as a betting money, I would be having 43% more. And in terms of each event, summing up, it comes up to this number here, okay? I'm also breaking down in different charts so you guys can take a visual look at it, see how I'm doing. Also in terms of high, medium, and confidence and low confidence bets, okay? What do I mean by consistency? This is, you know, see how many fights I'm betting and it's coming out good profit in medium confidence bet and high, especially in low. I'm just a little bit up, but hopefully things will be picking up and you guys will be able to make money if you're following my strategy, okay? On to the fights. So let me break the main card down for you guys. I'll be starting off from this fight here, which is Hakeem Dawodu versus Zubaira Tughugov. Guys, this is a great fight, you know, both guys ultra tough, great heart, great fighters overall. Dawodu, you know, super athletic guy, super strong for featherweight, technical on the feet, you know, likes to throw combos with leg kicks, left hooks, you know, and the guy lands heavily. He's also like very athletic, like I said, very tough to take down, very tough to hold down. And, you know, basically he's a striker, he's very strong in this department, and he's a solid fighter overall, you know, despite the more kickboxing-oriented style, he's a very good overall fighter and very effective. Tughugov, he's a great fighter himself, like I said, great heart, you know, he's very unorthodox, very tough to deal with, guy spins a lot, he throws nasty hooks, you know, puts power into them, despite his being a quite short guy, quite short limbs. So he doesn't have the leverage and the range as Dawodu does, but like I said, he's creative. He's unorthodox, so it's very tough to deal against him. And his game is based on wrestling, you know, it's based in sambo wrestling, which gives a more difficult, an extra difficulty to prepare for. I'm back and forth on this fight, to be honest. It's a very tough fight to call, but ultimately I'm having Tukhugov. I think he can land on the feet, you know, and Dawodu is more like an orthodox guy, so it's more easier to prepare for. Tukhugov has seen guys like Dawodu. Probably not athletic and fast and powerful as he is, but still, I think Tughugov's tough enough to endure those strikes, be creative inside, and ultimately mix it up, take him down. Even if you can't hold him down, he can mix it up and make a more tougher fight for Dawodu. Okay, that's why I'm like picking and betting Tughugov. This is not a confident bet. Like I said, I'm back and forth on this one, but I do think Tughugov takes the edge here. Brad Riddell. Oops, this is from the next one in the main card, Ketlen Vieira versus Sijara Eubanks. This is a fight I'm quite confident in Vieira. I'll explain why. Because mainly, you know, she has had a quite disappointing TKO loss her last fight, but the girl's so big and tough, you know, and I think somehow she'll be able to adjust her flaws, which was basically she carries her chin up, which is her major flaw. But she strikes and she's so tough, and despite the fact that she eats some strikes, she throws down heavily. She has very good accuracy. The check hook is nasty. She throws straight punches quite decently, and basically she's very aggressive and moves forward. She's super tough to take down. Actually, she always counter takedowns. I don't think Eubanks has much of a chance of a takedown here. And the Vieira can also grapple a little bit from top. Even Eubanks being the more technical BJJ player, I don't think she'll be able to use that in this fight. Now, Eubanks, she has looked pretty decent her last fight. I didn't like that much what I have seen, you know. Actually, I have a call on that fight. I said for my viewers to stay away from it. I think was the best thing to do. Because, Eubanks, she's a little bit inconsistent, and despite she having that good ground game, she doesn't actually have good wrestling to back it up. On the feet, she's quite short in range. She has some power on the hands, but she doesn't use that effectively. She kind of stays static and throw her strikes. I don't think she can land with Vieira. I may be wrong here. Maybe she can, but I do think Vieira is such a strong favorite that I'm actually throwing her on a parlay, okay? I'm not saying that it's a medium confidence bet because the lines are not that good, in my opinion, to say it's a medium, but it's near that, And I definitely think a bet on Vieira is worth it. I'm just throwing her on a parlay, but if you'd like to bet straight bet on her, I also think it's a good bet. Plus, take a look on Vieira in prop bets. She has a great chance to TKO or submit Eubanks. In my opinion, if you can get something around plus 600 in either of these calls, I think it's a great one. The most likely TKO, but I do think she has a good chance on a submission as well, like hurt Eubanks and then, submit her, taking her back or, in an arm triangle or something. Kaikara France versus Brandon Royval. Another great fight, Actually, I'm repeating great fight because these numbered cards of UFC. It's tough not to be a good one. So, Cara France, great striker, likes the double jab that swings. He's like a great fence, it's tough to predict against him. He always fights behind the jab. So, one more time, it's not easy to fight against Cara France. Great sidestepping, he's always in and out, great footwork. He also can mix it up, takedowns, he can take top position, not bad on the clinch. So, the guy is quite complete. I like his style. Now, Royval. Great, well-rounded himself. Just a second, I need to fix one thing here. So, like I was saying, I just fixed those lines here. So, I'm picking. Actually, I didn't comment about Royval yet. Yeah. So, Royval, great well-roundedness. The guy is tough. He's quite long for the division. He's not afraid to eat a shot and throw down. Always in the fight. He also throws great feints, combinations. He counters his opponents with jabs, straight head kicks. Like I said, he's quite. He's nicely well-rounded, he stands his ground, he's throw back, he's also, very creative, spinning kick, jumping kicks. So he's a complete guy, he's young and dangerous. Also, he's got some good wrestling himself, on the grappling department, pretty good. So, like I said, I think France has the edge here because I think he's more polished, he has more an effective style to it, and he doesn't make some mistakes like keeping the chin up, like Royval does. And also Royval is not perfect on the ground, despite being a good grappler. So I think overall France is more consistent, like I said, but I do think Royval is a live dog on this fight. He'll not back down, he'll fight France and he'll make France work, And I do think it's a worse bet on Royval. I'm not that confident, but I do think he's a live dog. He can be creative, he can, stand his ground, hurt France back, and make this a close fight, okay? If you're interested in France, I think a good scenario would be a decision because Royval is so tough, he's so young, so he's not eating that much shots. So I think France by decision would be also a good bet to take if you can get him at plus 300 or something. Domick Reyes versus Jan Blachowicz. So this is the co-main event. You guys probably know both of these guys, they have been around a little bit. Reyes, mostly a striker, he's always in the fight. I like mostly his left kick from the southpaw. He's a southpaw. And, so what I have here, actually, he's good, keeping this range, he's good using his boxing combos. Yeah, he used it to be only a kicker, in my opinion, actually not only a kicker. He tried to strike, but he was kind of odd, getting inside with the chin up, not with that much power. He seems to have fixed that. He's now fighting a little bit better behind the jab, closing the distance with the kicks, but throwing better accurate shots, more power to them. But still, I don't think that he has that great, effectiveness and that great strategy. Now, the same can be said by Blachowicz, despite being a better, well-rounded guy. Strong, very strong light heavyweight, broad shoulders, powerful left hook, he times very well his takedowns. And yes, his takedown defense is solid. You know, he's also very heavy, great grappler from top. But still, I think Reyes, he has the better momentum in this fight. He can, you know, outstrike Blachowicz. Because the problem of Blachowicz, he kind of sits back too much, waits for the fight, and he doesn't have the best output. So I'm not confident in betting Blachowicz here unless I can get him at plus 300 and maybe a decision plus 400. But so I'm picking Reyes, but I wouldn't be betting Reyes if I were you. I wouldn't be throwing him in a parlay because of the style. Like I said, you know, he used it in the past to get close in the ranges with the chin up, which can be very dangerous with Blachowicz, with that kind of power Blachowicz has, you know. And Blachowicz can time a double leg takedown. This fight could be close, you know. I'm not confident in betting Blachowicz, but I'm neither confident in betting Reyes at this props. Okay. So what do I see? Some worse bets by Reyes by decision because Blachowicz is so tough, or Blachowicz by decision, you know, because Reyes is super tough himself. The guy has a solid chin, and there could be a split decision. Never know at the end of the day. So any of these guys by decision may be worth it. Okay. So definitely take a look into those props. Now the main event, Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa. This is a great fight coming up, right? This most hyped fight. Adesanya, probably you guys know him. Great kickboxing, great range, super tall, middleweight, calm, cool, collected. You know, kickboxer experience. Great takedown defense, tough guy to hold down, super long. You know. Now Costa, kind of the opposite to this stance. He's not short, but he has quite short limbs. But it's not a problem for him because the guy's so tough, he's so aggressive. That volume is just unreal. You know, I think he has like over 8 or 10 strikes landed per minute. It's just ridiculous. But on the other hand, he has like 6, 7 strikes. He gets 7 to 8 strikes per minute, which is also ridiculous. You know. Still, his cardio is just unreal. His will, his heart is also unreal. Now, how do I see this fight playing out, guys? Costa, he will definitely push Adesanya back. Adesanya will try to be technical, will land that left hook. Will depend a lot how well Costa can hit those shots. I think he can hit those shots pretty well. And I think Costa will be able to land first to the body. He has to go to the body to win this fight. I think he will. Because Adesanya is so tall, he moves that head so well. So I don't think Costa will be smart to try to headhunt him. He may because of the emotions of the fight, but the smartest strategy here would be going to the body. If he lands to the body, I think he'll bend Adesanya. Adesanya is quite lean and thin guy. I don't think he'll be able to eat that many liver shots. And if he starts feeling the pain, I think Costa will get on top of him and he can even finish the fight. So how do I see again this fight playing out? I see Costa by TKO. So I have Costa by TKO, and I'm betting Costa. I'm betting him on a straight bet, and I'm also parlaying Costa because I'm quite confident. And yeah, I think there is some good value at plus 140. Plus, I would be interested in betting Costa in a TKO around plus 400 or even a decision. Now, most of the people, sorry about this, gonna probably disagree with me here. If you like Adesanya, my suggestion for you is take Adesanya in a TKO or stay away from this fight, okay? This is, I think, it's the best advice here is to stay away from this fight if you don't have Costa, okay? Or go for Adesanya by TKO, like I said, if you get a good prop bet into that. To wrap this up, the fight that we have covered, this is overall how I'm betting the fight. I'm soon be coming with the prelims video. So I have Tughugov. I'm throwing him 1.5% in a straight bet. I'm not betting Reyes and Blachowicz. I'm betting Royval at plus 200. I'm throwing him in a straight bet, 1.75% of my betting money. I'm also betting Vieira at 1.5% of my betting money in a parlay. I may increase this guy, so stay tuned for my comments to maybe 2% here if I can get her at a better line. Okay, and Adesanya versus Paulo Costa. I have Costa, like I said. I'm throwing 2% in a straight bet and 1% in a parlay. Okay, so Best of luck to your bets. Stay tuned for the prelims. And until there, this is Roder MMA Bet, bringing the best, most consistent, and transparent betting strategy for you.